So this week we had dinner. We had dinner quite a few times actually, as you can imagine. So I thought what I would do is I'd share with you what we had for dinner on those occasions, and you might find it interesting to see what we ate because it was quite nice. So yeah, all the recipes will be in the description below if you want to check them out. But without further ado, here are 4 things that we ate this week. So the first meal of the week I made, and it was my creamy coconut curry noodles.
Can we have this again?
Yes, definitely. It was actually really nice, wasn't it? It was the first time I made it and it really worked. So first I made a paste, which was my minced ginger, minced chilli, minced lemongrass, and then some cumin and some ground coriander, I think.
Yep.
And then followed by that with some garlic infused olive oil. Too much fish sauce, I went mad. Oops. So I put lots of lime juice in to try and compensate. Don't know if it worked. And then a bit of palm sugar as well. And then just mix that all together into a lovely little paste.
It's almost red.
Yeah, and then Mark helped me with the noodles here. So we just got some dried noodles and put some boiling water over them and then like a plate on top just so that they cook down. You don't need to properly cook them, they just do it there. So then I put some groundnut oil and some carrots into a pan and then added my paste and then just let it fry all together all beautifully. It doesn't really look much like a red paste, but it does. It's a brown paste. It's great. And then I added some coconut milk into it, and I let it sit for quite a while. As you can see, it bubbled quite a lot, and it's just that it reduces down as much as physically possible because I don't want it to be too thin. And because of that, I actually also added some corn flour just to thicken it up a little bit because I didn't have that much time. And then I added some raw prawns at this point because they need to cook a little bit more than if it was just cooked prawns. And then straight after, pretty much, I added in my noodles because obviously you don't want it to cook too much. Added a bit of chives for both colour because it's not that pretty, and also flavour, and some bean sprouts for that extra crunch.
Oh, and coriander.
Oh, and a bit of coriander just because I had some.
Nice and fancy little finishing touch there.
And then serve it up on 2 plates, and that's literally it. And you can eat it with a knife and fork or some chopsticks.
And you just basically made that up.
Yeah, made it up and it worked. And the prawns were divine, I must say.
Definitely.
They were perfect.
Oh, and this is what I made this week.
Yes.
It's my smoky bacon gnocchi.
Mm-hmm.
My smoky bacon gnocchi using your recipe. So I don't know how much of that is mine. But it's got a crispy top as well.
Yes.
So the first smoky part is smoky bacon. So just chop it really tiny. And the point is we're trying to cut it tiny so that then you get loads of crispy bacon bits.
Yep.
So now I'm going to grate some cheese for that crispy, breadcrumby, cheesy, herby top. So grate 2 different types of cheese, just because I'm trying to be fancy.
I think it's just because you had it in the cupboard.
Yeah, I was just using it up. So that's gluten-free breadcrumbs.
Yep.
Then some mixed herbs. Give that a mix. And that is it. So you can see that bacon's lovely and crispy. So now I put in the accidentally gluten-free gnocchis from Asda.
Yep.
Second smoky part, smoked paprika. So it's really nice and smoky flavour in this. And then my tin of chopped tomatoes.
Yes.
And there's some salt and some sugar. I always do that with the can.
You also said that you sometimes add yoghurt, and you're not sure if you did.
Yes, but I've added spinach.
Yes.
Just let that wilt. And you put in the yoghurt off the heat.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
It just kind of doesn't. It makes a very subtle difference. It's
So
not necessary.
it's not shown here, but you did do it maybe.
Yeah, plain yoghurt, by the way,
Plain
not like
yoghurt.
a strawberry yoghurt.
No.
So put it in an oven-proof dish. Then I put some mozzarella.
Then more cheese.
My cheesy. I made way too much of this.
It's fine.
But there it is. Out the oven, 20 minutes or so.
Looks
and it
delish.
is so nice and crispy on top. So cheesy. Mm-hmm. And the gnocchi is so full of flavour. It absorbs all that bacon flavour.
Oh, and this is something that I made.
Yep.
So this is like a Spanish chicken with Hasselback, Patatas Bravas, you can see from the sauce, nice and spicy. And then there was some sort of crispy courgette bits that I did on the side.
Oh, don't be so modest.
And some rocket.
Yep.
So firstly, I did the Hasselbacks. So I just did some slices down them using the wooden spoon. Got some cuts out of them because I did a bit of a bad job. But that's
a bad job.
That's pretty much how you do a Hasselback. The wooden spoon is the best trick in the book. And then I just put them onto a tray, put them to one side, while I cut my courgette into what was meant to be equal pieces, but some of them were a bit thin, which meant that they weren't courgette fries, they were crispy courgette pieces, because some were just a bit too thin. But aim to make them, evenly if you can.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, and then I added in some of the breadcrumbs from the day before, because we had too many. And then I just put some oil and salt on the Hasselbacks, put them in the oven, and then with the courgette, I just put them on a tray and added a bit more of that nice crispy top again.
Yeah, I made that.
Yep. And then that goes into the oven too, and I left them a bit too long, sadly. But yeah, then Mark butterflied the chicken, which was something that we're going to do on the barbecue, weren't we?
Yes.
Well, we did do on the barbecue, and it was good. So then I just put some oil on, massaged it in, and some paprika, massaged that in. And then you made a sauce whilst I was
Patatas
busy.
Bravas
Yeah.
sauce. I actually put my own tomatoes in it that I grew
Look
in the
at
garden.
them, nice and
Because,
red.
yes, as you can see, they're kind of splitting open. They're so ripe.
Yep.
So I thought, well, I'll just chuck them in for no reason.
Why
even
not?
though I've got a tin
They
of
are
chopped
so
tomatoes.
lovely and sweet, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really good. So then I put in 2 teaspoons of paprika.
Yep.
So then some chili paste. So it makes such a nice, like, kind of smoky, spicy sauce. So that's mixed herbs, sugar and salt, and that's pretty much it. Garlic oil, I think.
Yeah, and then just let it reduce a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it's so different to like a pasta sauce.
Yeah. So there's our chicken straight from the Barbie. Some of the Hasselbacks. There's my crispy courgettes, not looking so green, which is why then we added in some rocket on the side as well. But there's the sauce, there's the rocket, and some chives just to make it even more green. And that was pretty much just a bit of a random mishmash of things, but it worked really well together. It was delicious.
It tasted so good. Oh, and here's a enormous Hasselback.
Yes.
Hasselback tuna jacket potato.
Yeah, so one of the things we love having is just jacket potato and tuna mayo for dinner. But this is a slight twist on that.
Yes, so it's the same principle, but you can't use a wooden spoon because a wooden spoon is way too tiny. So you just have to wing it and be careful.
Yes.
I did actually chop a little segment out of it by accident, but you don't notice I shoved it back in. So then put it on a baking tray, cover it with garlic infused oil, and I'm using a brush to try and get as much as I can into those little cups.
Yep.
Some black pepper, a bit of salt, and I just went mad and put mixed herbs on here just for no reason, just because I was trying to go the extra mile.
Being crazy.
Yeah. Shove them in the oven, probably for about an hour. I am trying to get all that marinade into the little cups, but it's not really that possible, but give it a go.
But yeah, it does need to go into the oven for quite a while.
So that's my drained tuna. I put in some mayonnaise, some of your favourite seriously good mayonnaise.
Yes.
It is seriously good.
It is seriously good.
And then a squeeze of lemon juice.
Yep.
You really don't need to do all this, but I was just trying to make it fancy. I put in salt, pepper, chives.
Chives are a good addition though. Chives really work.
Garlic oil. I also put in parmesan, very small amount, but I forgot to put it in
Unnecessary,
this video
but it was good.
Oh, it was so good. And there you go. After about an hour, they come out so nice and crispy.
Yep.
And so much better than jacket potato, I think.
I think they are as well. I really liked it.
So there's my tuna and some rocket, and that it's so much like a jacket potato seems so basic, but that suddenly doesn't.
Get some butter on that jacket potato, on those Hasselback potatoes, and it goes down the cracks. It's so nice.
Oh, it just like sits on there.
It is. It's like the ultimate jacket potato dinner. It is divine. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more of what we have for dinner, then click over here. And if you want to see like a grocery haul of all the stuff that we buy for our dinners, click over here. And we'll see you in the next video.